I was thinking, like, I have this like really unique opportunity to experience such a wide variety of like different dogs, dog breeds, behaviors, temperaments, genetics. And one of the things that I see a lot of is like a frantic, panicked, unsettled, fearful dog. And I don't think that's particularly a good space to be at. And I can't always sit there and tell you exactly why the dog is the way they are. I think there's a little nuance that comes with that, because it could technically be a multitude of different things. So the three main ones, we'll just go through those. The owner, right? Lazy, insufficient, doesn't know, doesn't seek to know, doesn't have an assertive bone in their body. So the dog is mismanaged, the routine's terrible, there's no rules, there's no structure, there's no boundaries. Okay, so that's owner mismanagement, we'll call it. 2, you may just have a genetic nightmare, and you might be doing all the things to try to help your dog improve in these areas, but you're not seeing much of it because, well, your dog is an absolute mess, and it is no fault of your own because you're doing all you can. Number 3, the dog may, and this is, I think, probably the most low percentage play, although it's there, of course. The dog has had really, 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 really bad experiences, whether that's with humans or whatever the case may be, experience. But is the approach going to change significantly? Like, am I going to really be leaning on, like, why? Like, it's cool, like, if you feel like you know why the dog is the way that they are, but it's not, to me, it's not really going to change, like, what I'm going to do to try to help the dog improve, right? I think a lot of people lean into, in my opinion, most of the time, the made-up story that the dog was abused type thing. Because most of the time, in my opinion, that's not the case at all. It could be. But what I'm saying is, I still got to have an approach to help this dog regardless of why. And the only question remaining is, does the owner have it in them to change the way that they think about things and to really dedicate themselves to give the dog a chance to improve? So you've been listening to my TED Talk, but all you have been doing is waiting for a solution, because halfway through you raised your hand and you're like, yeah, that's the dog I have. My dog is really sketchy and fearful and afraid of their own shadow and all these things. Well, I just think in most cases, not all, because remember we talked about genetics back there. Sometimes it's just like, fuck, okay, this is what I got. And you're still doing everything you can and you're just seeing minuscule, if any, improvement. But I would say a lot of the time, a dog like that is lacking in like the leadership area. A dog like that, to me, doesn't know what to do. There's been no work on impulse control. There's been no work on like any type of like biological fulfillment type shit, relationship status work. Like, the dog doesn't have a leader and they're confused and they don't know what to do and they don't know who to turn to. And I feel like that's a good starting point if I was going to try to help a dog like that improve in that area. So I think people should really, I guess like take a look in the mirror and ask themselves if they have the ability to be the person that their specific dog needs them to be in order for them to even have an opportunity to grow, right? And that's going to probably involve like really changing the way you think about things. If you feel guilty putting the dog in the kennel, you feel guilty with a correction, like you can't, nervous, fearful, you lack confidence, like, why are my dogs all so fucking legit and stable? And how am I able to use them in my program and shit? And I'm not like, tasting myself right now. I'm just saying, like, maybe I got lucky and just got these, like, fucking great dogs. Or maybe all the work I put into them has also helped. Maybe two things could be true at once. I don't know. I certainly hope that I haven't come across as, like, a know-it-all or anything like that. I'm not trying to like point the finger at anybody individually. This is a very broad statement. I'm not referring to anybody specifically. So if you feel attacked by any of which I just said, that is not the intention at all. I just happen to spend an ungodly amount of time around dogs, and all I do is think of solutions. All I do is try things, and because that's what I'm in the business of doing, you know. So yeah, no, and if you feel like you could use some help, I would raise my hand, and I would do everything I can to turn you into a leader, because I do think that that's what I'm best at. I'm best at creating leaders. And if you didn't have anything else, leadership skills would be a great starting point. Love you guys.